Well, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about something that I wish I'd realised earlier on in my photography career, but it's a thing that will really help you improve your photography, and it's something that's very easy to do. It's something you can do every day. So just what is it? One of the problems we have as photographers is just sometimes losing our motivation or wondering what we should be photographing. And this technique will help you get round that. So what I'm going to do is show you how to look for a photograph. And what we're going to do today is we're going to start with somewhere I'm very familiar with. And this is what I'd encourage you to do as an exercise. Go somewhere that is really familiar to you, just around your local neighbourhood, even in your own home. And have a look and see if you can see something worth photographing. So what this is about training your eye to spot some beautiful compositions and some lovely photographs, just in ordinary things. So we're going to have a walkabout. I'm going to go to a place where I walk my dog pretty much twice a day, so very familiar to me. See what I can find, see if I can find some special photos. I've literally just walked outside my house. There's a little green area nearby with some apple trees on it, and thought about something that I could photograph. Sometimes it's interesting to take a shot of something that's monochromatic, and here we've got a number of apples that have fallen off the tree above. I was just looking to see if there's perhaps one I could frame as a shot that would make an interesting photo. Found a little collection of 3 apples here. I'm going to see if I can get a little close-up shot. Groups of 3 often make an interesting shot. There's too many dandelion leaves around this, so I'm just going to pluck a few of them out of the way. The apples aren't perhaps the most photogenic because they've got some scarring, but let's see if we can make an interesting shot out of them. I'm going to shoot this with a very wide aperture, so I've got a very shallow depth of focus. Well, that's my first shot in the bag, and I've only come 20 yards or so. Well, let's have a little wander, see what else we can find. Those of you who have seen some of my earlier videos recognise this as the old canal. It's got no water in it, just next to my home. And it's early October, so the autumn colours are still starting to develop. It's given me some great options for photos of changing colour leaves. One of the things I really like on this walk is this canopy of green up ahead. Now it really needs a subject, making an interesting photo. I could sit around for a while, see if somebody turns up. But there is another creative technique I could try, and that's to use intentional camera movement. What I'm thinking about is doing a spin shot, so that the middle of the canopy is the middle of the frame, and I turn my camera around it just to try and make something interesting. I don't know whether it's going to be better looking in this direction, or perhaps when I come back the other way I'm facing the opposite direction. But I'll try one from here, as that's where I am now, and see how it comes out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my shutter on a slow speed, something around a couple of seconds. Give that a try. I'm going to need a very narrow aperture for that and a very low ISO. And let's get that set. Right, let's open my aperture. Right, I'm going to f22, which is narrow as this will go, and take my ISO down to around 50. And I've now got 4 seconds. So I'm going to manually focus on a spot in the distance, right in the middle of my subject, so that I've got that in focus, and I don't want this to change during the shot. Then as I press the shutter, I'm going to turn the camera. And frankly, I think that's too long, so I'm going to shut down my aperture a bit, try another at f16. Now this is about 1 second. What I've realised is I'm getting a lot of sky in the shot, so I need to change that. I'm going to get closer into the canopy so that I've just got green around the edges of my frame, and try it again. So as I'm walking up to find my better spin shot or intentional camera movement shot, just having a look around at all the other things I could take. On the ground here are some fabulous leaves that have fallen off a sycamore tree. Now, one thing we don't often do as photographers is look straight up. And when I look straight up, there's a sycamore tree above me that has some fantastic colours. As I look up here, see these leaves just framed against a bit of blue sky. Yellow against blue always looks pretty good. Now, one thing I've got today is I put a 50mm lens on my nifty 50 because I really want it to be about something that's very close to what your eye sees. I'm going to try doing one looking straight up now. That might mean lying back on the floor or just being able to tilt my head right back. I think probably I'll get away with just tilting my head. Now it's really windy today. The leaves are moving a lot in that strong breeze. But what I'm going to do is choose a really fast shutter speed to try and freeze that action. What I'm really looking for is just some nice framing, maybe having the leaves coming in from a diagonal and just forming a nice shape. And it's really about the colours, contrast against the bright blue sky behind it. So I'm going to use a spot exposure and expose for the leaves because those are the things I want to be coming out just right in terms of colour and exposure. And now it's just a question of waiting for a moment where you get the right contrast. The clouds are moving across quite quickly, so just wait for them to move and get some blue behind some of the leaves. So that's my second shot in the bag, and just as I'm looking here I can see some dangling berries, really bright red, that I think also maybe make an interesting shot. So let's go for that. This will be shot number 3. I've still got one up my sleeve, which is my ICM shot, so that will be number 4. So very quickly I could do at least 5 shots just in the space of a few minutes of walking from my home. While I've been walking along, somebody has come along the footpath the other way, just framed themselves in the arch, so just managed to grab that shot as well. So shots are piling up nicely. But what should you be looking for? So a lot of the time I'm looking to see where the sun is, what the light is doing, and I'm looking for composition pointers, if you like. So things like maybe leading lines or isolated subjects, all those kind of things. All the basics of composition rules, and just keeping your eyes open. If you walk slowly, look up and down, you'll soon spot them. Give yourself some inspiration of what to photograph next. I've been a bit conscious that a lot of the shots I've done have been sort of close-ups on nature subjects. I haven't the landscape, so it would seem obvious to take the landscape photo as well. I'm just coming up at a point, I noticed the light just shining onto a hill in the background, and we've got lots of trees in the foreground showing their autumn colours. So I'm using a 55mm prime lens, not the obvious choice for landscapes, but it can be a great lens. And I'll put a link to a video I've made about how to use a prime lens for landscape photography, how you can get some great results. Another good way of improving your photographic techniques. But what I've been waiting for really is just the light to catch onto some of the trees, and it's just moved on to that. And it's particularly lit up those autumn colours. And actually, as I'm looking back behind you, I can see another great scene. Actually, there's a bridge forming a natural frame, and the light is just lighting up the grass through it. I probably want to crop in a lot closer. I'm just going to move to grab that shot. A lot of composition tools you can use in this photo. We've got the pathway leading up to the bridge. We've got that sunlight shining on the grass behind the bridge to provide something to draw your eye to. So it's another opportunity to see a photo that perhaps you wouldn't see it in subjects that you look at every day. I managed to take 6 shots. I probably walked only a few hundred yards. I know I've still got my ICM shot to do. I'll make 7. Set myself a little goal, see if I can get 10 shots before I get home. Just found moss and lichen on this wall top. Makes lots of interesting contrasts. So there's another shot for me. Just come across a few leaves here that have turned and their neighbours haven't, and I think that might make an interesting shot, the contrast between the green and the yellow. I'm going to try and make something of that. You can see they're blowing about quite rapidly in the wind. It'll be a fast shutter speed and a wide aperture to get what I need. Oh, I'm going to go and do my spin shot now. I'm just going to do it looking back here because there's been some people walking through, and I'm just going to try and make them part of the frame as well. Now, if you haven't seen how to do intentional camera movement shots, I'll put a link to a video here. But one of the things is, don't try and spin your camera too quickly. And play around. It's a real thing that you need to practice. Keep looking at the back of your camera. Normally I wouldn't recommend you do what's called chimping, which is where you check your shots all the time. You'll need to particularly play with your shutter speed to get the right combination that matches your movement. And with spin shots, I find something that is a fraction of a second, maybe a half, something like that, maybe a quarter of a second, and just turn your camera, and you're not going to do a whole movement because it's awkward, but maybe half a circle, something like that. Start spinning your camera, then press the shutter part of the way through, but press it early on obviously, otherwise you won't get any rotation. Try and keep the center of your frame as stable as you can, and so you've always got some sort of subject in the middle of it. So here goes. I managed to get myself 9 shots so far, so just one more, and I'm maybe 100 yards from my home. So it's just a question of keeping my eyes peeled, looking all around me, not forgetting to look directly up till I see something that catches my eye. Don't worry if not every shot comes out perfectly, because what this is about is it's about teaching your eye to see things. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And you find just walking around, even if you haven't got your camera with you, it's a good thing you can practice. Just look around for what might make an interesting shot. I've had one idea, and it's a bit of a corny shot, but some lovely yellow sycamore leaves here. What I have been doing is playing around, holding it up against the sky and the leaves. And what that means is I've got a very wide aperture, f1.8. Got some lovely bokeh. I hope you've enjoyed that video. It's a technique you should practice every day. It will make a big difference to your photography. It'll just help you to see images and help you to see beauty in stuff that is all around us. So whenever you're feeling a bit lackluster, not motivated to go and take photos, that's something you can go out and do, and it'll teach your brain to see those images, and suddenly you'll start seeing beautiful shots everywhere you go. Now what you should do next, of course, is like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. But you might also find it useful to watch this video on bokeh, as that's one of the techniques I've mentioned just now. And it's a great one to add to your portfolio. It's another way of adding a beautiful effect to the background of your photos. Hope you've enjoyed all that, and I look forward to seeing you next time.